guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gaynor.
Aidan.
I'm Sophie.
And today we're doing the don'ts of visiting Texas. Now, we lived in Texas, so I'm not sure what you weren't allowed to do, because I never felt as though there was anything that
you have to think about not doing.
Yeah.
Certain words that might offend people from Texas or anything?
No, I don't. I mean, unless it, like I only really went to Houston. I didn't do a lot of other places.
I'm thinking maybe like being polite, so like don't kind of like, I don't know what.
Yeah, the southern states, I think it's more about being friendly and polite anyway.
Yeah.
It's a bit more laid back. But I can't see what you wouldn't be able to do.
We'll find out
I think
anyway.
It's probably just common courtesy.
Yeah.
Walter's going to let us know. So
yeah.
The don'ts of visiting Texas.
Yes.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Texas. And today what we have for you are the don'ts of visiting Texas. Because there's tons of stuff you do want to do when you're here. Yes, you got the major cities like San Antonio and seeing the Alamo, and Austin, all the cool stuff there, and Houston by the coast, and Dallas. And there's, go up to Abilene. There's so many cool things to see here in Texas. But the thing is, when you come, sometimes you forget about the things you don't do, or you shouldn't do, or you should watch out for. And that's why we have the don'ts of visiting Texas. And our first don't of Texas is, don't think you're going to get around quickly anywhere in Texas. Look, Texas is huge, and the thing is when you're going to try to get around the state, you're going to be driving, okay? There's not really a public transportation network that a tourist is going to use. So one, you're either going to be flying around, but most likely you're going to be driving. And the distances are huge when you are here, so you do need to be prepared for that. And so when you are coming here, you're going to make sure you're ready to rent a car, though it's cool because all the rental cars are automatic and easy to do. But when you're driving around, don't forget to pay attention, because you'll see on the highways, it's like people are either going 95 miles an hour or 45 miles an hour. And so it gets a little scary sometimes, so make sure you really do pay attention. But it does take a long time to get anywhere. Also, that long time thing, not in a quick time, also deals within the cities, because Texas is growing so quickly. Cities like San Antonio and Austin, I mean, they're growing so quickly that sometimes it's hard for the cities to keep up, so the traffic jams during rush hour can be a real pain. So what we recommend is, to your place like Austin or San Antonio or wherever, park your car and you just Uber around places. It'll make it a lot easier for you, or take a taxi or whatever, because the parking and all these things can be a bit much. Now, my second don't for you is, when you are coming around here and you are driving around, don't forget to look out your windows. I know it sounds silly. Well, Mark, of course I look out my window, I'm driving. No, what I'm saying is, look around. You're going to see so much of Texas. Yes, you will see some longhorns out there. You will go through the hill country, maybe stop into Fredericksburg and see the German history there. And you go around the plains in the north. I mean, you have such varied beauty here in Texas. That's one of those things like, man, that looks like a cute town. Maybe I'm going to get off the highway. Maybe I'm going to go over and check some stuff out.
So I guess this is, don't forget to do stuff, not don't do this, don't say that, don't.
Yeah.
It's more of, don't forget to enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely do that. Go see the beauty of this state, because it's great. Now, my third don't for you actually deals with Bucky's, this place behind me, and that is, when you're driving around, you're probably gonna be like, man, we gotta get gas, we gotta get something to eat, what should we do? And a lot of people get kind of scared of gas stations and big truck stops kind of like this. Dude, don't be that way. Don't skip out on going to Bucky's or one of these huge places where you can go. And Bucky's is hilarious because it's kind of like Field and Stream and Walmart and a really, really nice gas station had a baby together. The baby was born here in Texas, and everything is Texas and Bucky's. I mean, it's a really cool place to go. But don't skip out on that, because you will have to use these. And the thing is Texans have a lot of pride. And that pride shows in the cleanliness of the state, the nice things that are Texas you will enjoy. And people put the pride into and make it nicer. So yes, you can get a nice brisket sandwich inside a truck stop. Yeah. Well, Bucky's at least. Also, get the beaver nuggets. They're awesome, by the way. And that kind of leads into my next don't for you. Don't skip out on the local shops and the local produce and local products here in Texas. Yes, you have places like Bucky's you can go see that's really just here. You have HEB, which is a grocery store chain you can have here in Texas. It's based in San Antonio. And you get a lot of things that are really, really Texas-y. Yes, there is Whataburger. There's one right across there. I know Whataburger's kind of expanded, but it's got a little special place in my heart when I'm in Texas, because what a burger should be. Sorry, it's just memories back of childhood. but there's so much Texas stuff you can have when you are here. So do take that in and get that Texasness.
What are beaver nuggets? I'm guessing it's not beaver.
No, you wouldn't have thought so, would you?
Let's hope not. I'm thinking, to me, they looked a bit like cheese puffs. I don't know.
I'm
the
wondering-
nuggets.
I'm
aren't
wondering
they?
if they're like corn or nuts or something.
I don't know. I was thinking they maybe look like chicken
Because
nuggets.
when it said beaver nuggets, I thought it's probably just chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
But then when I seen them there, I'm like,
They're like nuts.
yeah, they look like some sort of nuts
Like
or.
cashew nuts or something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have a clue.
If you're here in the fall, make sure, go hit up a football game. Look, Sunday, they're watching the Cowboys. Yeah, maybe Houston, Texas, but no. I've been a Cowboys fan since I was a kid, so I gotta go for them. On Saturdays, you got college football. Just pick the closest college near you. You have a great time. Friday nights, yes, the kids are playing high school football that night. So you do have those things. So go out and enjoy those Texas-only things. Don't skip out on it. Don't think, oh, I'm going to go to In-N-Out Burger. Well, that's California, man. Hit Whataburger when you're in Texas, all right? And speaking of those Texas-only things, my next don't for you is don't drink non-Texas beer. Look, the beer in Texas is fantastic. There was a lot of German immigrants that actually came here and settled in Texas. So, the Wiener Schnitzel that you have in Germany and Austria, well, you got chicken fried steak here, right? It's great. But they didn't just bring their fried, tasty foods and the collages and stuff like that from the Czech Republic and things like that. What you got that's really good is the beer. And when you're going around Texas, you'll have not just microbreweries, but you have local breweries that make Texas beer, and it is really, really, really good. I mean, they took that tradition from Germany and brought it here, so you will drink well. And I know, I'm not saying drink Lone Star, okay? Like I tell with Lone Stars, Lone Star tastes good after you've had 4 or 5 of the other good Texas beers, then Lone Star's fantastic. But go and try other stuff. And probably if you're not in Texas right now, if you want to have a Texas beer, go buy a Shiner Bock. They sell that throughout the U.S. That'll give you a taste, but that's not even probably one of the top 10 that are here. There's so many good things from Austin, San Antonio, all over. Go enjoy the local beers here. Don't skip out on that. And I know it's funny that I'm talking about beer when I'm outside of a gas station, but don't drink and drive when you are here, but do enjoy the good local beers, okay? So there's a good start to our don'ts. Now, I know seeing a gas station, even a cool one like Bucky's, probably isn't what you're looking for when you're thinking, Mark, where are you filming in Texas? Well, let's go see a little bit different places here in Texas to finish off our don'ts of Texas. So now we're here in San Antonio. This is actually my favorite city to come to in Texas. And we're here on the Riverwalk. And yes, the Riverwalk is more than just the downtown part. It goes through the city. It is really kind of a cool thing. And my next don't for you for when you come to Texas is don't forget to mind your manners, because the Texans won't forget. Look, the people here are super friendly, they're super nice, and when all these people move to Texas, they kind of get that niceness as well. And that means when you come here as a tourist, don't forget your pleases, your thank yous, holding that door for that young lady or that old man or that young man or somebody with the kids. You're gonna be practicing your manners when you are here, so don't forget that. Look, the pleases, the thank yous, the howdy y'alls, these kind of things, they're legitimate here. People will help you out, and believe me, the locals will tell you, no, don't go to this barbecue place, go to that barbecue place. For the best puppy tacos in San Antonio, go to Henry's, don't go downtown to the Riverwalk. They're gonna tell you everything you wanna know in a friendly way. So make sure when you are here, you do practice the kindness and friendliness of Texas. So yes, and my next don't for you is don't think that Texas is kind of like the deep South, because a lot of people put like, oh, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, they're all the South, they're all the same. No, Texas is its own thing completely. I mean, it was its own country for a little while, and you can tell that when you are here. It's a huge state with a lot of different kind of Texan culture kind of stuff, and yes, there are some things that kind of pass from the South.
I was going to say, I don't think there's another state that beats Texas of how much they love their own state.
Yeah, they are.
Like the togetherness, really. I think Texas is like definitely number one of how much you like.
When was it its own country? Did it say it was actually its own country?
Yeah,
or was it
many years ago. Yeah, it was just on its own. But I remember when you used to go to school there, they used to do the national anthem, and then they did the Texas anthem as well. They had their own anthem.
Interesting.
South to here, people are really friendly, like I said, and there's a lot of similar foods, the barbecue and stuff like that. But it has a different vibe to when you're here. So don't think, oh, this is the Southeast, the deep South. No, this is Texas when you are here. And I guess the thing I'll tell you is when you're looking at the don'ts, remember I talked about barbecue is here as well? Well, in the Southeast, it's more pork, pulled pork and stuff like that, butts and things like that. Oh, no. Here, don't eat the pork with the barbecue. What you want to eat is the brisket, the beef. So you're going to have beef brisket, beef ribs, maybe, okay, you can have some sausage and stuff like that, but it's really a brisket-based barbecue when you are here. So don't get the pork, get the brisket, okay? And that kind of leads to the next thing is, don't forget to come hungry when you come to Texas. Because remember that old saying, everything's bigger in Texas? Well, the portion sizes, they go along right with that. And so when you get your chicken fried steak, yeah, it's gonna be nice and big. When you're gonna get your brisket, oh, maybe get a pound or two of brisket. You're gonna have a lot of food, a lot of great food, a lot of stuff here, and it's gonna fill you up. And yes, if you can find a Frito pie, where it's the Frito chips, you know, like tortilla chip kind of things, where they put the chili and the cheese on it, yes, have that. You will be filled up and tasty, fully engorged while you are here. The chicken fried steak, man, when it's this big, you can't have enough of it. So that's why I always say is don't forget to come hungry, because you will leave completely full and stuffed, because, man, everything's bigger in Texas, especially the food. And with that food, if you see a line outside of a place, don't be scared to wait in that.
Let's go back a little bit.
Do I know what the Browns
Get to come hungry,
plate,
because you will.
Mabel's food.
They're called refried beans. And they're absolutely delicious. They look disgusting. But the beans that are just like pummeled down into like a mush, like mushy peas. But they taste really good.
I don't know about that.
That's what I'm saying. But when you look at them, you think, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
But they're gorgeous.
It's the colour and the
consistency.
Leave completely full and stuffed, because, man, everything's bigger in Texas, especially the food. And with that food, if you see a line outside of a place, don't be scared to wait in that line, because the food here is great and the locals know what's great. So they're going to be waiting in line to get the best barbecue and the best Tex-Mex, the best food that you can have, the best food trucks in different places. So you see the line, don't worry about it, go get it and enjoy some food that way. Some other don'ts I have for the food when you are here, don't forget the queso. Look, in Texas, queso is not just cheese dip, it's like a way of life. It's something you have to have. And I know I've been with people here in Texas, they say, oh, we need to get the queso. And they're like, why? I don't want queso, let's get something else. I'm like, no, you don't understand. You have to have the queso when you're here. The cheese and the pico de gallo in it, and it's stirred up, and the tasty, and the spices in it, oh, it's so good. So make sure you don't say no to that queso. Because believe me, when you go places and restaurants, they're like, oh, do you want some queso and chips? Yes. Yes, you do, okay? And the thing is, my next don't is don't stop with the queso. Look, I told you, don't forget to come hungry, but also don't skip out on the Tex-Mex when you are here. There's a ton of great Tex-Mex restaurants in pretty much any city you go to. You're gonna eat well when you have it. And for example, there's some local specialties as well. Here in San Antonio, the puffy tacos, you gotta have when you are here. So make sure, load up on that queso and the Tex-Mex. You can't go wrong with that. So my next don't for you is don't complain about the weather when you come to Texas. Look, Texas in the summer is hot as hell, okay? No one is going to deny you that, okay? So don't complain about it. You know that. You're coming here in July and August.
Yes,
you will melt. That is how it works. So don't complain about it. But the thing is, I want you to know is, don't forget that Texas actually gets chilly in the wintertime. I mean, we're here in January. Look, I've got my quarter zip on. I have a jacket. It was in the 20s the other night where we were. Yes, sometimes there's some dusting of snow.
I woke up one morning to take you guys to school, and it snowed. And it was like so unheard of. You don't get snow there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, was it like a lot, or just like a minor amount of snow?
No, probably about an inch, if that. But it was just like, everybody was like, oh, it's snow.
Don't know what to do.
I feel like that's like over here though, like, because we don't get snow. When we do, it's like no one knows. We just can't handle it.
The thing is though, in the 7 years since I've been back, we've probably had like 3 lots of snow, 4 lots of snow. We've had quite a lot of snow.
I feel like we've had a lot. I feel like every year for like quite a few years.
We've not had any this year. This year we didn't have any snow, I don't think.
We had some was it January? Normally I feel like we get it like February, March time, a bit later on, but it was quite early this year, I think.
We did get a little bit, 100%.
A little bit, but it was only for like a day or two.
I remember I was making snowballs off the white bit on our balcony.
Oh, really? But the previous year we got quite a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like just the roads, we just don't know how to handle it. Like
even when it like rains a lot. And how are you not handling that? It rains all the time and they still can't manage to get all the water drained.
I know.
in Texas. I know, you think Texas, it's always sunny and hot every day. No, don't think that way. Make sure you are actually, checking the weather forecast before you come. Do the 10-day forecast. Make sure that if you do need to bring a sweater or a jacket, you're ready to go so you can get those, okay? You're gonna need that occasionally at night, especially in the winter months. Now, my next note for you is when you do come to Texas, don't skip the sights. I know I've talked about driving all over the state, and I've talked about eating at places like Bucky's and Tex-Mex and Puffy Tacos and drinking the local beer, and I haven't got into the really amazing sights that are all over Texas. Yes, going to Austin, going to South Congress and seeing the cool shops there, and going to Rainy Street and drinking up there, or going to Dallas, or going to Houston, going to the coast, and the Padre Island, all these kind of things. There's so many cool things to see, but there's cool sights as well. And San Antonio is probably my favorite for that. And the thing is, you all have heard about the Alamo, right? Remember the Alamo? Well, don't forget it. Visit it when you are here. But it's not actually the coolest site in San Antonio. The coolest sites to see when you are here are the Spanish missions, okay? Go and check those out. And you go around the state, there's really good museums. And the thing is, this state has had a lot of money throughout the years. So you've got really good art galleries in Austin and Dallas and San Antonio. You can get all kinds of, art you can check out in galleries. And so go out and enjoy that. And don't think it's just barbecue and beer when you are here. It is so much more.
Was it not?
No, go back.
I was like focusing on all the paintings. I just thought it was real, yeah. Jeez.
You can check out in galleries. So go out and enjoy that. And don't think it's just barbecue and beer when you are here. It is so much more. And the thing is, with those cool sites and cool food, it's actually brought in a lot of people from the rest of the United States to live in Texas. And so I guess my next don't I'll have for you is if you're in a city like San Antonio or especially Austin or maybe Dallas and you meet somebody there, don't be surprised if they're not a local. You have a lot of people from all over the U.S. that have moved here. And so meet an actual Austinite in Austin, it's like, oh wow, I thought you weren't real. I thought you were a unicorn. Because you do have all these people moving around and coming here, and that's what's made it really cool. Anyway, those are just some of the fun little don'ts that I have for visiting Texas. What are some of the don'ts that you have for visiting Texas? It really is a great place. We've really enjoyed it. The people are fantastic, amazing food, amazing drink, amazing times, art, culture, all kinds of stuff, and it's not what you think Texas is going to be. Come and explore and learn for yourself because you will enjoy it. So I'll say bye from San Antonio, and y'all enjoy Texas. Bye. Oh, a little add-on at the end, back to Bucky's here. And you'll notice all the Texans you talk to will tell you how clean the bathrooms are at Bucky's and how many bathrooms there are. It's kind of like they've all been, kind of taught by Bucky's and the Tourism of Texas agencies. But it's actually true. There are tons of toilets and they are really clean, so don't feel bad about having to use the bathroom at a rest stop like Bucky's, so it'll be good. So anyway, bye from Texas. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget.
What guy?
I know.
What guy?
He's obviously spent a lot of time in Texas because he's trebled in ties.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was a photo. That was him in that photo.
Well, when we've done it previously, these flashed. And I'm like, God, he's gained a lot of weight since he's been there. I'm not sure where he actually lives because he's done a few, hasn't he?
Not sure where he's from. He could be from there.
Yeah, he could be.
I mean, he loves Texas anyway, so it won't surprise me if he lived there or was from there.
Yeah.
But it was more like, don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget to do this. Don't forget
be kind.
to do that.
Yeah.
Don't eat pork, eat beef.
Yeah, if you're from Texas or even just lived in town, or even just been to Texas, make sure you comment in the comments down below what you think the don'ts of visiting Texas are. And thanks for watching the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Bye.